Hey folks, Species7 here, welcome back to the channel, and we are once again in Grazyland. And this time around, well, it's about getting some grass together, and I have been busy. This is field, I believe it's 33, 31, alright, kind of close. We do own that right from the start of the game, and it is, in farming terminology, our meadow. Yes, indeed, it is a huge expanse of grass, which, with the help of some very familiar mowers and a rather familiar Dude's tractor as well, the 7250, I've managed to knock most of this job down to the point where, well, it's all knocked down. And then I've got the rest of the gear here waiting to have its little turn at it, because we are going to have to run the windrow around it, because trying to collect it all with the forage wagon as is, as I'm sure all of you know, is just a little crazy. All of the fields that we own, well, other than this one obviously, which is grass, but all of the fields that we own that had crops on them are now completely cleaned up and ready to go. In other words, they are at the point of having been cultivated. Well, I suppose we might want to actually turn all of this on first. There we go. Yeah, so all of our fields are cultivated and they are ready to have seeds put on them. Let's drop that down and turn it on. There's one. What else? Yeah, last time around we took straw out to the cows and calves and that sort of thing. And by the way, if I'd have gone about another 10 feet further, I kid you not, it was about that close. Yeah, if I had gone about another 10 feet further, we could have found our way into the pig stable and dropped the straw there, which I did, by the way. Well, as soon as I pulled around the other side of the building we were at when I left the end of the episode there, yeah, sure enough, there it was, the entrance to the pigs. Okay, so all of them have straw, so I'm kind of thinking that this is what we want to do next, is get them some grass. And although the map looks like there's a lot of grass, if you look like it, like look at all the big green areas, even down by the farm, like between fields 7, 8, and 1 there. Unfortunately, unless you want to do a whole bunch of tree cutting first, yeah, that ain't everyday grass, that stuff. Because it's grass like this is a grass strip here. Sure. Just almost. So yeah, with the aid of the GPS mod, I've actually been making reasonably quick work of this field. And we've only got a couple of rows to go. And we can run the windrow around it. That should be a much quicker job. And as this is our only really open grass spot, I'm thinking there's a sale point. I think it's just up past the end of this field here. And I think they have a shed there. I might just park the mowers and the windrower there when I'm done. I think we'll hang on to the forage wagon, and we'll take that back to the main farm. But in fact, I might even leave the big Dude's tractor here with the mowers, because we do have a 950, a 939, and a 1050 back at the farm. Well, 2 of those are currently here as well, but you guys know what I mean, even if I don't. Even though I think I do. Sometimes. Yeah, right there, you see all the buildings and fences, and I think it's something to do with logging, but I don't think they hold having tractors against us, considering this is farm sim. So, I did notice there is a new release on Steam by our old buddies UIG. Yeah, and called Lumberjack 2015, and I'm having such a hard time not picking it up. The only thing that stopped me, I mean, I'm willing to give them a chance, even if it's buggy and it mucks about, because they always make sure you know, somebody hangs around for at least a little while after they release a game. I think just mainly so that Steam will still allow them to sell games as crummy as most of them turn out to be. Other than Farming Giant, which I really like, and there you go. It seems to be okay sometimes, under the right conditions, with the right moon and tide, that sort of thing. But yeah, Lumberjack 2050, it doesn't look too bad. The vehicles are not, well, they're certainly not up to what this is, or even Pro Farmer 2014, which would be more comparable, since it seems they are using a lot of the same assets so far as the things that are not logging machines. But of course they didn't have any sort of logging equipment in there, so some of the gear you get, like you look at the cutting head on the Scorpion here, and you look at the cutting head on the piece of gear they provide, and yeah, there's a lot to be said for the one that Giants is putting out with this game. But it still looks kind of interesting, because there is a, you know, sort of a product chain thing going on where you end up cutting the trees, and then you got to move them to a lumber mill, and then move the cut lumber somewhere else where you can sell it, and that sort of whole thing, and a few different bits of gear to drive and move and muck about with, and, you know, feller bunchers and a couple other little deals. So, I don't know. I'm waiting to see. As I say, the only issue I have is the fact that a lot of people still at this point are going, well, I installed it and I lit it up and it doesn't run. Because I have had personal experience with UIG when it comes to things that just plain don't run. And sometimes it can take them either an awful long time to figure out what it is they're patching, or sometimes they don't do it at all. So that's really, really kind of a shame. You know. Now, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still awful tempted. You know, 20 bucks Canadian, well, that's not too bad. It ain't exactly, well, it ain't exactly the price I've paid for some games lately, that's for sure. I mean, I've actually found quite a few $3 and $4 games that have been a heck of a lot of fun. And even if they weren't a heck of a lot of fun, they ran right after I installed them. And that could be saying a lot, because it seems a lot of people are having issues. But I may give her a shot, and if I do, well, you guys can be sure that I will feature it here on the channel. Alright. That entire field has been mowed, so we will no longer require that. We will no longer require those guys, or this guy. Does this one still fold up like it used to? No, it doesn't. I didn't think so, because it wasn't when I don't think it was folded when I picked it up. I don't remember unfolding it. Alright, well that's stage one, so let's just quickly buzz over here and see if there's somewhere these kind lumber folk will allow us to park our gear. You know, just some shed that's not going to be totally in their way. You're going to make me press a button. This one? Yeah. Darn, I tell ya. I'm genuine tack material. I am just so sharp. Alright. You know, I think there's not a real abundance of sheds here, is there? Oh, wait. Maybe I have spoke it too soon. That could well be a shed back there. That kind of looks shed-like to me. Looks like one of the ones that you get a door open, door closed kind of deal going on too, I'll betcha. I bet ya. No, not close enough to the trigger to make that thing go. Because, ew. I think I'd probably have to buy a pressure washer to put down here though. There we go. Look at that. That's just peachy. Can that fit under there? Oh, yeah. Entire inches to spare. There we go. You, sir, did an excellent job. But for the moment, switch back to there, and, oop, I didn't want to do that. Why are you doing that? Oh, I see, okay. I thought I could just sort of lower it down a bit, but that's fine. It does not need to be in particular. So, we'll just close that up behind us and head back over. This is quite a little operation they got going on here, I must say. And we'll just close this up as well. Ooh, I think we almost got that one up the side of the head. Now, where did I leave all our gear? I think it was on the steep side. Yeah, I had those mowers hooked up to the little 8-something Axion that we had, and unfortunately that did not work so well. These couple of steep hills that are on this field had dragged it right down to next to 0. So that wasn't so much fun. What else did we get done? Oh yeah, I have, oddly enough, you guys might think, if you've listened to me spout off about it in the past, I have installed the bale extension, the far silo extension, and the BGA extension. Now the reason I did that, and you'll probably notice as we ramble on here, our money is slowly going up. There is a little bit of silage in the BGA. So, okay, well, oh, there they are. So that's why we get it's like $1. $1. So, yeah, it's not like it's just screaming along, but that is coming from the BGA. The reason I put the extension back on is because apparently you can add potatoes to the BGA mix, which is kind of good because we got more potatoes than we really know what to do with at this point. So, yeah. Ooh, look at that. I took the handbrake off and you can see we're actually starting to drift forward a bit. This is a steep hill. Yes, indeed. So, are we... Sure. Let's get this guy to unfurl its butterfly-like wings and all that hippie dip, all that stuff. Says the dude with long hair, dang near down to his buttocks. Alright. You can allow us to back up as far as I want to? You are. Okay, well, we're just going to start this puppy up, drop her down, and to go like a hackney. Okay, why... Oh, I see. Okay, it is. Just doesn't show that well. Alrighty. Okay, there we go. Sure. At first there, it looked like it wasn't doing much. It's just the grass rows are so close in color to the actual grass itself. And I know, why would it be any other color? It just seems it's usually either a little darker or a little lighter after it's cut in the game. So maybe it's just the time of day. 3 o'clock in the afternoon here on the farm. Oh, yeah, this is a little bit slow turning, this tractor. I forgot about that. But we should still make reasonably quick work. Indeed. And it's not going to hurt that we're turning like 5 rows into one. Now when we chase it along with the forage wagon, it should do us some good. Yeah, I can look behind me for about a second. And then I guarantee you, even though I didn't touch anything, the steering wheels, the keys, whatever, yeah, I'm not pointing in a straight line after that amount of time. No, sir, Bob. Not happening. So, yeah. This is going to take a little bit of time, too. Because this is a fairly powerful tractor, but it still has a little bit of time dragging up here. That's okay. I have a feeling we won't have to do this particular job too terrible often. And I don't think there's actually any part of the mowing process you can just simply hire the help for. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm hoping that dumping all that straw in that one facility on the farm generates us a bit of diesel fuel as well. I think that's what the deal is. So, although it may require that I dump other things in there, like maybe sugar beets to produce, I don't know, ethanol or something. We'll see. Not sure what that whole process works like yet, but it did allow me to dump 2 or 3 trailers full of straw in there, which seemed like a good idea considering just how much straw we had. Alright. Well, we're almost once around this field. Yeah, it's, we may only have one field, so it might have been awful tight on numbers, but they were awful generous in scale, let me tell you. I think we can afford to miss a couple of grains at the side here every once in a while without, or blades, I guess, grains. Right behind that glass lies a real grain of grass. Yeah, I don't think that's the way it goes. Alright. Now, I wonder how many of those trailers that one row is going to end up filling. Okay, yeah. I don't wonder that much, but I do sort of wonder. Whoa, way off scale here now. And no, I'm not going to go back and forth here. I just want to make sure I've got a wide enough area to turn around at the end, and then I'm just going to run up and down. This is sort of just a bit of a headland, so I realize I'm only getting like one extra row back into there, but that's okay. See, all it's really there for is so that when I come around those corners, I'll actually have somewhere to go. There we go. And I'll do the same going across the top here, probably. And then we should just be up and down and get it done. So yeah, like I said, it did take a little bit of time with the, with the mowing unit. Missing little bits. Even though that Dutes actually did push both of those mowers, even with these hills, at a pretty consistent 21k. Which is nice. I don't imagine you could actually efficiently mow at that speed in real life. I think you'd be kind of pushing the envelope a little. Now, considering I use the GPS, I don't know why it's only sometimes catching that last row there. Is it just my terrible driving? Or should I have got the next size up of these? Probably, eh? There is one slightly larger windrow, although where it's, I think $70-something thousand or something. Yeah, it's not kind. Not kind indeed. Alright, here we go. Let's see, we'll get the other headland up here. That should give us enough from now on. So yeah, this is probably going to be pretty much all I get to do here today, guys. This isn't going to be the most exciting thing, is it? Just give you an idea where we actually are, though. You see where I am in relation to the farm? So it's not at all close. And I'll be completely honest with you. Yeah, I cut across fields 33, 27, 28, 10, 9, and 1 to get home. Right? Yeah, so if you're wondering what's the highway route to take to get to here, like if you're going to load all your gear on the back of one of them trucks and do all that, your guess is pretty much as good as mine at this point in time. So, just thought I'd let you in on that, guys. Oh, man, this is a big field. And even though it's only 3k slower than the mowing job, it feels slower, I don't know why. Just me. Maybe I'm talking so much I'm sucking all the oxygen out of the room and just feeling lightheaded. Alrighty. And back up you go. Right on, that does give me enough room to get around to that middle one. Okay, so this should be a much easier thing from now on. Even I can drive a straight line when I've got one drawn on the lawn in front of me. I didn't even do it from in here. Whoa, we're already messed up. There we go. Oh, this tractor's filthy. Good lord. That's just gets to the point where you can't see out the windows. It's not like I really care if, you know, we need to wash the mud flaps or something. They are, after all, mud flaps. But when I can't see out the window anymore, yeah, tractor need help. So, do I have any fancy mods to show you guys today? I don't think I actually got anything new. Oh, I did buy a new cultivator. I wanted to see if there was anything a little bit bigger. And so we now have this John Deere. It's 15.5 meters as opposed to the in-game one, which is... Switching to garage, thank you. This guy, 12 meters. So it's 3.5 meters wider, sorry. But kind of funny. Yeah. Whereas you would expect they would have some sort of a folding mechanism. I mean, it's only 3.5 meters wide when it's folded. But it's 6 meters tall, or 6.5 meters tall, I guess, when it's folded as well. So that gets just a little bit weird looking, let me tell you. So it's not something you can park in a shed, put it that way. Well, maybe if you used to hang fire hoses in the shed or something like that. Alright, well, we're certainly going to have far fewer rows to deal with. I'm just wondering if we'll even get the forage wagon up one row before she's full. Maybe we should give it a try. I can't promise you it's going to be more exciting than windrowing the grass, but hey, it'll be a little bit different, and I am kind of curious. So I'll tell you what, when we get up nice and close here, so just so we don't have to walk so far, I mean, we're driving now, why would we want to walk? When we get up nice and close, we'll hop out and do a row or half a row or 3 rows or however much it takes to fill her up. Alright, let's have a little stop. There we go. And shut off the tractor because I don't know 100% we're making fuel yet. There we go, into the big boy with the funky flashy mirrors. Yourself. Alrighty. Let's immediately engage. There we go. Oh yeah, she's filling up pretty quick. Pretty quickery indeed. Yeah, there's no way that wagon will quite make that turn. See, this thing actually turns sharper than the 939. This is the big 1050. How are we doing? 7,800? That's not bad. Not bad. Get a good view from out of here. The mirrors still kind of freak out though. That's not bad. I guess you just have to be more focused on them and they don't freak out so much. Cool. A pretty darn nice tractor actually. Huh, it has no front fenders? That's kind of odd. Well, it certainly doesn't get slowed down by whatever weight it ends up tugging in this little trailer. I gotta check this out. I really do. No, I guess it just doesn't. Alright, never mind. Well, we're certainly going to be able to at least get more than one row, I can guarantee you that. Nice. This is the largest in-game forage wagon as well. It holds 50,000, so we are giving ourselves as big a chance as possible to fill this thing up. Nice. So certainly not as lush a crop as the straw was, but still we're doing alright. I think I actually like driving this one from inside better. Oh yeah, we'll fill it up in the end of this row. Excellent. And then, I think next episode we'll be able to take grass up and feed everybody that requires it, or close to everybody that requires it, and be that much closer to having successful animals. And then we will fire up that, once we get our current crop, as it were, of animals taken care of, I think then we will fire up that new pig mod and see how that works, seeing as it's all put together and waiting for us. Alright, we're definitely almost filled up now. Come on, big tractor. $47. Yeah. Well, that's not too bad. It's going to take, I don't know, we'll probably get 5 or 6 trailer loads off of this, so that should, you know, there we go, and we're full, and the speed just takes right off. So I think that's where we're going to end her for this one, guys. Whoa, doggies, sailing off into the wilderness here. I am going to do exactly what you just saw me do. Well, now the mowing's done anyway. Like I said, I will finish windrowing it and then park the windrower likely over where we put the mowing gear, and then I'll get all this grass up and see how we manage. Next time around we'll go do some more critter deliveries, either take some potatoes around to different places or something like that. None of our silage pits are yet ready to deal with. The one on the farm, I believe, is at about 42%, and the one out at the BGA is only at about 38%. So, till next time, if you liked the episode, like the series, please let me know by, well, leaving a like. Until then, this has been Species 7. Take care of each other, folks, and ciao for now.